Hi everybody, Penny here from East Herts Family Centre Services in Bishop's Stortford. Now, how many of you have heard that saying, it's not bad weather, it's just bad clothing? And there is a large element of truth in that. How many of us say, oh, it's too wet, I'm not going out. Oh, it's too cold, I'm not going out. But if we dress in appropriate clothing, then yeah, go out and enjoy. The outside is not just for fine days and holidays, as they say. Put on your waterproof. If needs be, put on waterproof trousers. Put your walking boots, your wellies on, whatever you've got, whatever is appropriate clothing. Go out and embrace that outside. And whilst you're there, think about, oh, what can we smell? Does it smell differently if it's raining? What does the wind feel like when it's on your face or on your hands? What's the wind doing as it goes through the trees? Is it blowing things about? If it's snowing, what is that like? Can you hear the snow? What's the air like when it's wet? All those sorts of questions and things you can ask and feel very much in touch with your senses. But the rain on the leaves, can you hear it? About the rain when it falls on the trees and on the ground. And what does rain bring? Puddles. Who doesn't like a puddle? Well, I certainly do, I have to say, even at my great age. Go in those puddles, jump in them. Splish, splash, splosh. Other words like that. What words can your children think of to describe the sound as you jump in those puddles? Maybe if you've got where you are, there's lots of puddles, run round the puddles. Can you jump over the puddles? But be prepared for some of our children who decide that they're going to deliberately jump in it. But explore and enjoy. Why do we get puddles? We know it's the rain, but why isn't the whole ground covered in a big puddle? Have a little look and see and talk about those sort of little dips in the ground. That's why the puddles happen in those places. Maybe at home or somewhere later on a dry day, you could find little dips and pour water in and see if you can make puddles then, just so they can see and understand. So those puddles, have a look at them. Can you find things that might float in them? I mean, of course, you've got leaves and things, and some of our puddles, if you've got wind as well, will be naturally full of them. But have a go. Can you float leaves or twigs in them? Do they float? Do they sink? And if they're not floating, why is that? Maybe the puddle's not deep enough. Have a look and see. You might like to pack in your handy little bag maybe some things from home. Perhaps a duck. Could you take a duck? Put that out on your puddle. Or have a go at making a paper boat. You've got your paper in your bag. Make a boat. Will that float on one of your puddles? Footprints. You put your feet in the water, in the puddles, and if you can find a dry piece, if it's not raining on that day and you're going out when it has finished raining, make footprints. Have a look. How far, how many footprints can you make before they sort of finish and sort of fade away? Look at the size of those. Do you as a grown-up make bigger ones than your child? Well, naturally do, but you know, those are questions you can talk about with your child. And of course, when it's raining, or we've even had snow, or anything like that, anything wet, if there's earth and there's wet, mud. Personally, love a bit of mud. Again, if you're suitably dressed, just go and enjoy. Put your feet in. Squelch and squirch in that. Again, explore the sounds that it makes when you put your feet into the mud. Make muddy footprints. And brilliant when you've got mud underneath. and our different soles is if you put the mud in, walk out, have a look and see what the footprints are like, the patterns that they are, and again, the sizes. Like with water, how many footprints can you make before the mud runs out? Mud, brilliant for making marks in. So use sticks to draw shapes and lines and pictures in. Use that as your canvas. Explore different lines you can make. Just maybe make circles, maybe make straight lines. Have a go at drawing pictures. Brilliant for drawing in and making marks. And of course, the big outside. Use it for art. We've drawn in the mud. We've made patterns and shapes and things with the water and footprints. Use what you find outside for making art. Use those leaves and things and conkers if you've still got all those around. Brilliant. What can you make? You might like to make a picture. Not easy for you to see at the moment, but I will pop in a photograph. I've used leaves and conkers to make a reindeer, Rudolph, because he's got a big nose. But use them for making patterns, pictures. Just explore. You might like to use to make a frame for them. So again, those lovely sticks, you can make a frame for your picture, because we all know best pictures have a frame. Frame it with sticks. You can always take photographs of the art that your children do. Print them off later. They can make wonderful pictures. And something I noticed the other day when I was out and thought, why hadn't I thought of this before? Lots of lovely dry leaves, and they were naturally using themselves for construction. So find your dry leaves. They make that lovely sound, don't they? And see if you can use them to build with. Will they balance against each other? So yeah. How many can you put against each other? So use them to construct. Might even like to do something like this in your environmental art, your pictures. So as you would with your bricks, your Lego, your Duplo, and all those other things, use those leaves as a construction tool. Anyway, that's goodbye for me. Enjoy the outside, whatever the weather. Remember, no such thing as bad weather, just bad clothing. See you another time. Bye-bye.